All right. Let's look at um, number 4 in our 7.1 homework. I forgot an important part, uh, the first part of this, which will serve as a good video on how we convert from standard form to vertex form. So standard form is what we start with. We need to go to vertex form, which is f of x or y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. Uh, with no coefficient in front of the x squared, we're not going to have an a value other than 1. So let's take a look at this. We're going to have to complete the square. And this looks a little bit different than how we've been completing the square regarding what? Regarding circles and for solving some quadratics. Because previously we would have the constant over on the other side, and then we would add a value to both sides of the equation. But here, it really makes more sense to just work everything out on the right side. So group your x terms together because we're going to add a value. But then we have this plus 9. And I can't just add a value and the equation remains true. So whatever value we add, I don't want to put a number, we're going to have to subtract as well. So that's the key here. We're working on one side of the equal sign. So how do we complete this square? We take half of b and square it. You know, we're not going to have that chart available, probably. But 10 squared, half of 10 is 5, squared is 25. Oh, that's why I wrote the 2, because we're going to subtract 25 as well. Again, I can't just add 25. So whatever value we add, we also have to subtract. Now, these don't cancel out because we're turning this into a binomial squared. We need that binomial squared as part of the vertex formula. So hopefully by now we have some of these memorized. We've had that chart available every time. But, you know, it's always this piece. Half of b is what ends up going in that parenthesis. So again, these don't cancel out. We have to turn this trinomial into a binomial squared. And then 9 minus 25, now we can combine that to get negative 16. So again, that's where these pieces are coming from. We combined to get the negative 16. And now this problem works like everything else, because now we have our f of x equals x plus 5 squared minus 16. We know that we open upwards. We have a vertex at negative 5, 16, and we can keep going. The x and y intercepts. Again, standard form is great for finding the y-intercept because you just zero out the x terms and you're left with just the 9. you know how to solve a quadratic by now, but we would just set this equal to 0 to find the x-intercepts. Or you can just look at the graph and they might be whole numbers. So again, that is how you convert from standard, the polynomial form, to vertex, which gives you the h and k. We work on one side of the equal sign and then turn the trinomial we created into the binomial squared. And there's our answer. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.